Hey everybody, welcome back to Brainiac Baseball's 1984 Detroit Tigers season replay. Today's matchup is between the Detroit Tigers and the Milwaukee Brewers at County Stadium. On the mound for the Tigers today is Bert Blyleven, whose record is 2-1 with a .390 ERA. And pitching for the Brewers today is Rich Rodas, whose record is 2-1 with a .540 ERA. Okay, we had another real tough loss yesterday. We got up early, and I think we were cruising to victory. And then, as these things tend to do, Jack Morris kind of fell apart. Every pitcher from the bullpen we brought in could not get the job done, and the Brewers took over. And that was the ball game. I mean, it was another a very frustrating loss. And, you know, I think, like, we're at the end of the 1969 Seattle Pilots season, in which, we've won 90 games. We have game 161 today, which could decide whether or not we win the American League West. And, to win 90 games or more, potentially, with an expansion team seems outrageous. But to have only won 12 games so far in the month of April with the, 1984 Detroit Tigers just feels gratuitously bad. Like, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. It's very frustrating, but I don't have the answers. Like, I want the players to perform at the level that they did in 1984, and yet the core Detroit Tigers players that we have been surrounded by players who weren't on that team. And so it's not like you could expect them to perform exactly the way the 1984 Tigers did. No one's going to go 35-5. That's just not possible, even in real life. So, I guess we just have to accept that we are a 12-10 team, even though our Pythagorean says we should be at 15-7 based on our run differential, which is pretty immense. I mean, that's 37 runs in the plus. So, that's where we stand. We're going to go ahead and get today's game started. As always, I appreciate everyone following along. Like and or subscribe to the channel. If you haven't yet, check out game 161. If we win today's game and Minnesota loses, we will have won the American League West as an expansion team with a bunch of schlebs and never wases and never have been. So, like, it's been a fun season. Although frustrating in its own ways, it's I'm excited to see what happens next. Here is Bert Blyleven. It says he's never pitched against any of the Brewers, and obviously this game is messed up already. And then all the bullpen is available for today's game. Okay, here's our lineup. Rich Rodas. He shut us down pretty well in the first time we faced him. And so we have our lineup in there versus lefties. My large adult son will get the start at catcher. Kevin Bass is going to play left field, and we're going to move Gibby to DH, give him a day off in the field. Greg Brock is listed as tired, so we're going to set him today. And Ken Smith will get a second start at first base. Let's go ahead and do the official lineup rundown versus Rich Rodas and the Milwaukee Brewers. Batting leadoff and DHing is Kirk GIBSON. Batting second at shortstop is Alan Trammell. Batting third at third base is George Brett. Batting cleanup in right field is Glenn Wilson. Batting fifth at first base is Ken Smith. Batting sixth and catching is Lance Parrish. Batting seventh in left field is Kevin Bass. Batting eighth in center field is Chet Lemon. Scratch that. Kevin Bass is in left field. Chet Lemon is in center field, his normal position. And batting ninth is the second baseman, Sweet Whitaker. Okay, Rich Rodas, 2-1, making his fifth start with a .540 ERA. 18 strikeouts in 28 and a third innings pitched. Opponents are batting .304 against him. He's got a complete game. Looking at his log. Yeah, he pitched 7 2/3, giving up 1 run on 8 hits, 2 walks, and got the victory against Detroit. And then in his last start versus Toronto, he pitched a complete game, giving up 1 run on 7 hits and 3 walks. So Rodas turning it around. I mean, his ERA, wait a minute. Yeah, his ERA coming into the game against us was 11.57, so he had to shut it down, and he had to shut it down again. So his ERA has dropped 6 points in 2 starts, right? I mean, it's obviously a game-manufactured performance. But now that he's maybe more at a reasonable level, I'll be curious to see how today's game goes. He's got a 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Ground ball percentage is 46.4%. 2 good pitches, average pitches, I should say. Fastball at an 81 and a curveball at an 80. Overall is 79. The 24-year-old lefty is arbitration eligible in 1986. Okay, let's take a look at the defense. It is not good at all. Behind the plate, Stevens below average. First and third below league average. Right field below league average. And center field doesn't even register with SKUBE out there. All the same players as yesterday, however. Here we go. Kirk Gibson leading off against Rich Rodas. He's batting .348 versus lefties. That's why we got him in there. He hits a ground ball to second, and there's an error already. Randy Reddy boots it. So Gibson on first. We have a left-hander on the mound. What's the percentage for stolen base? I mean, 71's pretty good. But we're going to hit and run with Trammell. That is something he does well. He may even do it the best on the team. A ground ball to the right side. Gibson will advance. Oh, it's an infield single? No, it's technically through the right side 12 feet. I am not really sure I understand the physics of what just happened. But it is a hit and run single. And that will bring up George Brett. Holy smokes, George Brett is batting .258 versus lefties. He's actually struggling with righties. We're going to go on contact. 1-0 count to Brett. A comebacker to Rodas. The run does score. Give Brett an RBI. Trammell advances. And there's 1 down. So Trammell's in scoring position for Glenn Wilson. Big Willie having a good year, but not against left-handers. Only batting .190. He'll take ball 4. That's something he doesn't do much. Maybe, well, that's a big at bat. I mean, how many pitches was that? 9? A 9-pitch at bat. It does get to another lefty-lefty matchup. And definitely a potential double play, as Ken Smith is batting .292 versus lefties. He skies it into right center field. Trammell should tag on his own. He won't. Cockrells does not have a good arm. We are going to do this. You should never have the third out at third. But Trammell easily makes it, as he should. And that will give an opportunity to Lance Parrish. Still looking for his first home run of the year. First and third, 2 down. 0-2 count. And he hits a sharply hit ground ball to third, and that'll do it. We do score a run. We go to the bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Brew Crews lineup rundown for today's game. Batting leadoff in left field is Mike Felder. Batting second and DHing is Paul Molitor. Batting third in right field is Alan Cockrell. Batting cleanup and catching is Ray Stevens. Batting fifth at third base is Randy ASADOOR. Batting sixth at first base is Todd Benzinger. Batting seventh at shortstop is Ernie RILES. Batting eighth at second base is Randy Reddy. And batting ninth is the center fielder, Bob SKUBE. Hello, Bert. We got Bert Blyleven on the mound. He's making his fifth start. 2-1 with a .390 ERA. 4 walks and 21 strikeouts. That is excellent. I love that. So 21 strikeouts in 30 innings pitched. Opponents are batting .263 against him. He's got a complete game shutout this year. Fastball tops out at 89 miles an hour. Sidearm curve is technically the only good pitch he's got. It's rated an 85. Overall an 80. The 33-year-old righty is getting paid through 1986. Looking at his log, it's a Lincoln log. He's only got one start this year against the Brewers. He went 88 pitches, 6 innings, gave up 7 runs on 9 hits. The only game he did not get a decision in, he was terrible, and yet the game thinks he's never pitched against Milwaukee before. That's why this game is bullcrap. All right. Bert Blyleven. Oh, here's our defense. Good all the way around. Everywhere you look in the infield and outfield. Quality defensive players. Bass in left field, by the way. Don't forget that. He's got an 82 rating. Making his second start there. And Smith making his second start at first. Here we go, Mike Felder. Leading off versus Bert Blyleven. Why not walk him? Why not put the fastest guy on the Brewers at first base without any effort? 1-2 count to Molitor. The old walk-strikeout combo. A guy that had 4 walks, by the way, walks the leadoff guy. That's how terrible this game is. Felder tries to steal second, and my large adult son has a large adult arm. Throws him out. 2 down. And Cockrell. Ground ball to second. No damage. We go to the top of the second inning with Kevin Bass leading off. Now, you might remember in Kevin Bass's last game, he went 4 for 6. We couldn't even get him back into the lineup. Let's see if he remains hot, or do we just cool him down? A ground ball to second. Reddy making the play. 1 out. Chet Lemon, really the only Tiger truly still struggling. Ground out to first. 2 down, and Lou will fly out to right. All right. Bottom of the second inning, Ray Stevens leading off. Batting .342, 5 home runs as a rookie catcher. Nice curveball from Blyleven. Gets a fly ball to center field. Lemon making the catch. Randy ASADOOR up next, batting .232 with 4 home runs. He had 3 in 1 ball game versus Cleveland. And there you go. Blyleven walks his second batter today. A guy that had 4. He's actually, what is that? 40% of his walks have come today. I don't understand math. Well, it had to happen because Benzinger gets a base hit. ASADOOR goes to second. First and second, 1 down. Here's Ernie RILES. A ground ball to second. Can we turn 2? Yep. We go to the top of the third, and Gibby leading off. 0 for 1 today. Pulls it down the first baseline. Nice play by the first baseman, Benzinger. There's 1 down. TRAMMELL up next. He rips it past the third baseman, ASADOOR, for a double. That is his 5th double of the season already. I like the fact that we're off to a big start with doubles, but that just means, I think, that like May through August, there'll be no doubles. Probably just all home runs. All right, TRAMMELL's on second with 1 out. George Brett, average is down to .272. There's a base hit to center, and it is 2-0. Detroit. Do we want to go for 2? I'm going to say no. Brett's on first. Here's Glenn Wilson. We did not go for 2. Does that mean it will be a double play? Nope. A liner to left. It will be caught, though. Good job by Felder. Why is Felder not in center field? 2 outs. Ken Smith is up. 0-1 count to Smith. And he gets jammed inside. Out number 3. We get another run. Great job by George Brett. He's got both RBIs today, by the way. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Here is Randy Reddy. First at bat. The 3rd walk by Bert Blyleven. Wow. Unbelievable. God, this game blows so bad. And then Randy Reddy with a below 80 speed, below the league average, gets his first stolen base of the year. A guy that was 4 for 12 last year. So, I mean, they have to get a run in here. There's no other way this game will work unless he scores, right? I mean, that just doesn't happen. Yeah. Fly ball to right. Reddy will hold. 2 down. Here's Paulie Molitor. That's a deep fly ball to center field, but I think it's going to be caught. Lemon makes the play. We do keep him off the board. The game is giving all the indications, but in actuality, we're holding him down. Parrish swinging at anything he could see. 1 out. That strikes out. That's the first strikeout for Rodas today. And Lemon gets a base hit. Just blows it right by Reddy. 4th Tigers hit today. Lemon on first base for Lou with 2 down. And Whitaker, easy ground ball to second. That'll do it. Bottom of the 4th inning. Blyleven, I don't know what to say. I think he's not pitching very well. I mean, you got to think about the whip here. So there's 4 base runners in 3 innings. That's like a 125 whip or something. Well, at least he didn't walk the leadoff guy like he's done every other inning. Cockrell gets a base hit. Ray Stevens, line drive to center, fading away from Lemon. He had to go get that one. Making the catch, 1 down. Will Cockrell be going here? He had 6 stolen bases last year. 1-0 count to ASADOOR. Low and inside. He went down to get it. Kind of chip shotted it to 3rd. I'm going to use all the golf references today. And the swing and a miss. Benzinger strikes out. Blyleven finally getting back to even with 3 walks and 3 strikeouts. We go to the top of the 5th inning. Tigers are up 2. Gibby leading off. Striking out. Taking a lot of pitches. I like that. 1 out. And an infield single for Trammell. He's 3 for 3 today. That will bring up George Brett. Striking out. Come on. Glenn Wilson yanks it to short. And that'll do it. We're going to the bottom of the 5th inning. And it's the bottom 3rd of the lineup. Starting with Ernie RILES. Oh, come on. I mean, does the leadoff guy have to get on every single time? It is the 5th inning. This is usually where things fall apart. Fly ball to right from Reddy. 1 down. Here's SKUBE. He's got a home run in the series. He had a home run yesterday. Popping out for out number 2. And Mike Felder. 3-1 count. Ground ball to Brett. Fielding percentage still under 900. Makes the play there, though. We go to the top of the 6th inning. For all my lamentation, we are still shutting him out. And Kenny Smith gets a walk. That's nice. Runner on first. Lance Parrish is up. I've kind of already forgot what Lance Parrish's actual nickname is. Not the Machine. What is it? Big Wheel. I couldn't remember what it was. I don't think I've called him Big Wheel all year. I've just called him my large adult son. Good job by Bass. Big hit, Bass. Down the right field line, held to a single as Smith goes to third. Chet Lemon has a hit today. Maybe get out of his slump. Ground ball to third. Around the horn. Wait, what? Lead runner tagged out at home. How is that possible? He's got a good arm. He's got no range and well below average fielding. And yet, with the runner going, he makes that play. No. That's why this game sucks. Lou's going to get it back, though. The base hit to right. Bass scores. Lemon goes to third. And it's 3-0 Detroit. Let's see if Gibby can't get on the board here. He's 0 for 3 today. Working on getting that batting average versus lefties down. He does take a walk. That will load the bases. And it chases Rich Rodas from the ball game. He's going to hit the showers. Dave Patterson coming in. Former Detroit Tiger. We got him from the Dodgers in the Greg Brock trade. You'll see he's not doing horrible so far. But I think we did a number on him before, didn't we? Yeah, we scored 4 runs against Patterson back on April 18th. And we hit 2 home runs against him. All right, bases are loaded for Trammell. 1-2 count. And he strikes it. Okay. Well, 3-0 lead. How much you want to bet the leadoff guy is going to get on? I'll bet you my car, which is in Border Patrol impound. You have to break in and get it. Yeah. Nope. I win your car. I win every one of your cars out there. I want them in my driveway tomorrow morning. Yeah, this is where it's over for Bert. Run scores. Yep. So they scored their 2 runs. Nothing you can do but push the button and let it happen. All right. So that'll do it for Bert. He gave up 2 runs. Those were the 2 runs he had to give up today. You go to the top of the 7th inning. George Brett leading off. Let's take a look at the in-game stats here. 1 for 3 with 2 RBI. Feels like he's been very quiet. Somehow producing. 1 for 4 as he grounds out to short. Glenn Wilson, 0 for 2, striking out. Ken Smith striking out. Yeah. All right. I mean, everybody is healthy, but, I mean, we've really pushed Willis and Thomas. I mean, they've already pitched 10 innings this, in the month. The month's not even over. So we're going to hand the ball over to Dave Gumpert. Good old Gumpy Gumpert. He's pitched well. 7th appearance, 1-0, 1.35 ERA. given up 5 hits. He's walked 4. Only a 192 opponent's batting average. I don't know why we have defensive ERA over here, a stat that literally nobody cares about, and yet we don't have whip. How stupid is that? Like an actual stat that people can look at and calculate. And you're ready. Yep, there we go. Every inning. That's a double, maybe a triple. Let's see if he's going to give it up here. Yep, there we go. Game is tied. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it, but we just got to let it happen. It was the difference was the play at the plate. The play where the runner was out at home instead of scoring. That's what changed everything. So you may as well just let it happen. Not even mad about it. We know this game is just blows Cocaine Bear. And when Cocaine Bear's on cocaine, he can go for hours. Yeah, Dave Patterson, 4 strikeouts, 5. I mean, the game is over right now. There we go, another leadoff man on. I mean, how can 8 innings of leadoff batters get on? The game has to allow that to happen. That'll give them the lead. That'll give him another. We're going to the 9th. They're bringing in the closer. Oh, and they're bringing a defensive replacement. Greg Tubbs. 1 out. Will they give us an extra one here? I don't think they will. We scored 3. No, they're going to give us the extra run for nothing. We're going to pull the infield in, and we're going to hit sac fly, but you know it will be pulled into the infield. Oh, that's a 2-run home run. I mean, I'm literally doing nothing, by the way. I'm just pushing a button. Like, I could have taken Gumpert out. I just let it happen. You know, I just let it keep going. And I've done nothing to provoke runs, and I've done nothing to create runs. So why even have this mode? It makes no sense at all. The ratings mean nothing. The stadium affects me nothing. Lefties in this park are 30% less likely to hit home runs, and yet Brett just did. So I don't know. Like, why would anyone play a game where nothing matters? I don't know. Yeah, there we go. And also the leadoff guy did not get on. Yeah. So I mean, I did nothing to win that ball game. It just happened on its own. So whatever. Okay, here's a trade offer. It's a little bit more of a condensed offer. They took a guy off of there as Gumpert for Dave Valley and Al Newman. Hello, Newman. Let's talk about it, because I know that Julio is like, can you counter offer? And you certainly can. And I'm not really saying that I want to do a deal here. We cannot really take on any more payroll. Like, would I like to get Gary Carter and give up? Let's just hypothetically throw it out there. Gary Carter is making $220,000. Not a ton of money for a Hall of Famer. But his goose is cooked in this game. Like, he is just as bad as Lance Parrish, who's making $450,000. and $60,000. Both are free agents at the end of the year. If we did a trade, and I'm sure they would do it, Gary Carter would save us $230,000 and is technically, a few points better, but also 3 years older. So I don't know. I'd rather keep Lance Parrish and maybe trade him at the trade deadline if we're not in it, or we could just cut him and eat the end of his salary, or we could just keep him for the whole year and let him become a free agent. So we have options, but what we cannot do is we cannot send him to the minors, and there's no point in trading him for a guy who's 3 years older, in my opinion. We've already got Terry Kennedy, who's like an equal and 3 years younger. So Terry Kennedy would just keep being the left-handed bat versus righties, and Gary Carter would be the right-handed bat versus lefty. It wouldn't make a difference. And we have no proof that Gary Carter is a better player. So, Gary Carter is a better player than Lance Parrish, but hypothetically not in this game. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. So there's nobody here that I want to do. I just wanted to give a better explanation for why I've said no every single time. Okay. Standings. Oh, there's the National League. Philadelphia, 7 in a row, and they are peeling away from it. And I think didn't they lose one of their Kirby Puckett's got 6 home runs? Did they lose a pitcher or their closer or something? Oh no, I guess not. They're just good. All right. American League. Yeah, we're 13-10. There's really nothing more to it than that. All right, the headline news. Let's take a look at the Brainiac. Nothing. Okay. Transactions, nothing. Oh, Edgar Martinez. He also ruptured his cervical disc. Has that happened already this year? Or was it in the other game? Maybe it was in the 1969 Seattle Pilots game that someone ruptured their cervical disc. He's on the Mets, and he started the year in the majors. He was batting .424, and that they could not allow that to happen. All right, let's pull up the box score and get out of here. All right, thanks for watching, guys. Like and or subscribe to the channel. A big sports day. We got the 1969 Seattle Pilots what-if scenario game, possibly deciding the division. We've got all the great basketball games going on. The draft, the football draft, just came to a conclusion on Saturday. It's been a fun weekend. I wish I had a car. George Brett, player of the game, 4 out of the 6 RBI. He had the big blast. That was really the game winner. It gave Gumpy Gumpert, who just pitched 2 innings, gave up 3 runs. He still gets the win. Dave Smith gets the save. Somebody got on every inning. Just absolutely ridiculous. 4 doubles by the Brewers. Brian Harvey takes a loss because he had to. Dave Patterson. He struck out 5 of 7? Yes. Not giving up a hit. That is total domination. And very impressive. Okay, and I'm also impressed. I bag on the game a lot, but this deserves to be noted that they did bring in a defensive outfielder for Scooby with his 58 rating in center field. Even though Greg Tubbs is only a 74, I like to see that it makes that correct decision, although it did not play out today. So that's going to do it. We'll be back tomorrow with game 162 of the Seattle Pilots. Does it mean anything? That's the question. You got to find out for yourself. Until then, everyone, have a great day.